Welcome to Q Crisis! The series of videos you are about to watch are,
Look how high this is. Look how fucking high this is.
words from the depths of our souls.
And I've been wanting to smoke a fucking cigarette so bad.
Poetry.
I'm drunk. Did I say that? Fuck. Tomorrow or something.
Book 1. Alexan.
The first time that I started journaling, actually journaling, it was when I was in Texas, my exchange student thing in Texas. Because I didn't have friends yet there or anything, so all I was doing is fucking look at the ceiling and write my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And watch TV shows and other things, other regular teenager things. But I started writing a lot. And it never it didn't really impact me that much, I don't think, at the time. But then 2 years later, when I was super depressed, I reread that journal and all the things I was writing, and I remember feeling it was so fucking crazy how much it felt like my younger self was writing for my self at the time. It felt like shit I needed to hear.
Whoa.
As my depressed self.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, holy fuck. And then that's when I kind of understood the power of writing it down and understanding the different versions of yourself, because you change so much and there's so many concepts, even being confident, that's not something that you achieve and you no longer have to work on.
Yeah.
It's something that's so fluid. All of these things are so fluid, so I feel when you write about them, it lets them be a little bit more permanent, and then you can look back on it and go back to how did you achieve that.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to change, type of thing.
Chapter 1. I'm actually an idiot.
I don't know if this one is good, but this is one that helped me lately. It was last year. Okay. I feel the last few years has just been me trying to convince myself that I'm not completely lost. Acting like I have my shit together and I know what I'm doing and I'm so smart, but I'm actually an idiot and I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing or what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying things, normal people things, going to the gym, having healthy, eating healthy, not having healthy, eating healthy, writing, trying yoga classes and shit, and it all has me feeling better for sure, but I still not quite right. How do I find what feels right? I really have no fucking clue. Is it even a good thing to chase? Oh my god, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is it even a good thing to chase? It might be super stupid. I'm acting like this grown independent adult. I like to think that I am, but I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid doing more adult things now, but I still have no clue about anything ever, it seems like.
Chapter 2. Male fantasies.
Male fantasies. I'm slipping right through them. They barely grasp me, holding by a thread, but they're knitting faster than I can rip through them. They're holding the needles, poking through my skin, sewing me to these notions I don't understand myself, ripping me of my beauty to become mere pretty. They knit, and the thread becomes scarf, becomes clothes, becomes cage. So soft against my skin, it's hard to see I'm held hostage. But I rip and I rip and I rip through it. Freedom is better than soft torture. I reach for the hands holding the needles, but I only find my own hands knitting my own cage. Those are the moments where I'm dramatic.
Yeah.
Drama.
Yeah. Chapter 3. 23 directions.
She's being pulled in 23 different directions. She knows what she should do, but she can't bring herself to do it. Pain from her loved one seeps through her skin. Her eyes burn and her throat itches under burning hot water. Long showers, little sleep. She desperately needs herself, but can't seem to stop giving it away. She feels like she's stuck in a loophole. She reads, she works hard, she cooks, she grows, and every bit of work feels twice as heavy because she gives it all away to people who are not half as kind.
Chapter 4. I don't know when I wrote that.
I don't want to work. I like the softness of my sheets, the tenderness of my mattress, big questions never answered. Everything feels better in my dream. Could my brain stop working and stay in this altered state of mind even when I'm awake? My neck got twisted again. It hurts. Where's the line between restraining yourself from toxic thoughts and preventing yourself from feeling what you gotta feel? I like things that are chipped, old, not quite intact, a little, we're not sure, a little a little rusty, a little rusty, and a little knocked here and there. So why can't I love myself? Oh, I didn't know that was the end of that. I don't know when I wrote that. Aww.
Chapter 5. I fucking deserve better.
It's a bit braggy. It doesn't matter.
That's okay.
No one's supposed to know that I wrote these things down, so no one's supposed to know.
Yeah.
I worked on myself too hard and for too long to not appreciate the work I've done, just to seem humble or to be more digestible. I worked on myself and I still do, mentally, physically, socially, in all areas of my life. I tried to improve. I fucking deserve better than how I'm treating myself now. Stop all this self-doubt bullshit. I know I'm a good person. Sure, maybe I'm not it's terrible how my writing is when I'm trying to... Sure, maybe not in the grand scheme of things, but in the small scheme, yeah, I truly care for others. I'm fun, honest, adventurous, spontaneous. That is all.
Chapter 6.
The unsung song.
I can't hear myself. Make something great. Don't let them see. Keep your head straight. Write the right things. Make it all rhyme. Fix everything. Let yourself shine. Not that self. The other one. The one that's confident and fun. The one that has her shit together. Know what you're doing, even if you don't. Keep the light going. Don't break your front. Maybe if I could hear myself think, I wouldn't have to pretend I know what I'm doing. Maybe if I drop the mask, I'll finally feel fine. But even as I'm writing now, I can't even tell what it's really about. Am I trying to prove something, or is this really what I think? I turn my fan on before bed so I don't hear my thoughts as loud. My thoughts as loud in my head. Expectations ripping my skull. Sticks and stones do break my bones.
Chapter 7.
Story time.
Grocery stores come with rats. Grocery stores. Oh my god, when I was in Australia and I was living in that like share house or whatever, there's a few mornings where like me or some of the people were like, did you eat my noodles or whatever? Because their bags of noodles would like be opened and like half eaten or whatever. We're like, no, nobody ate noodles, like whatever. And we were like in bunk beds, and I was in the lower bunk bed near the wall. I remember laying in my bed and hearing like, and I'm like, and the spiders in fucking Australia, you know? And I was like, if this is a fucking spider right now making its way to my head, I was like, oh my god. So I took my phone and I took it was dark, put the flashlight, and I look like in between the bed and the wall. I look down, no spiders. I just see I see from the wall a little like nose with the teeth on the wall, like making a little hole in the bottom of the wall. So the rat was fucking running around in the walls.
Oh.
And had a hole right next to my bed.
Oh my god.
And I was such in a like fuck it mood at the time, and I was just like, oh okay, it's just a rat, not a spider. Go to bed.
Book 2. Combustion.
You'll never achieve your perfect reality if you're focused on making it perfect. Even the things we truly want, we half-ass.
That's true.
Yeah.
We need to talk more about this.
Yeah.
things we truly want, yeah. I mean, we half-ass.
I think it's because we're like scared of success. At least like I am scared of success.
Me too.
Like trying, and then like, because if you try halfway, you can let yourself believe that
Yeah.
you can't do it. But if you try more than that and fail, then like you failed, and you're scared that you'll never be able to do the thing that you actually want to do.
But how can you know you can never succeed if you never try?
Exactly. 'Cause
Succeeding,
it's scary. It's fear.
I know.
Fear controls people.
I know.
Dictatorship. I think that's what being confident or courageous means. Because like not being confident in like speaking in like in social settings, being, you know, not afraid to talk to people or wear whatever you want. It's more of like chasing after the things that you really want to do. Like that's like confidence in yourself, that like even if you fail, you're still believe in yourself and trust yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that because it's, if you put all your hope into one thing and then are afraid to do it because you think you always will, and then when you try and fail, it feels like everything is gone. Like that, if that was your everything, you know. But like learning to like have the confidence in yourself first, so that when you get to that point, like, and if you fail, like you still have yourself rather than that thing. And it's not that thing is gone.
Yeah.
And that's what you understand with the confidence.
Yeah.
That like you have yourself to get, if that's what you need anymore. Either.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't even know if it's confidence, but like believing you have value regardless of like your achievements or how well you do something or how good you are at something. Still believing you have value and like your life is worthwhile. But I also think I don't think it's ever good to like have fulfillment from only one area of life, like to put all of your hopes into one thing. I mean, maybe it is, maybe that's what like great people do, maybe that's how they achieve great things, I don't know. But I feel like if it's like a codependency to something, you know, it can be a person, but it can be like your career or like something like that. And it's like if you get no fulfillment from anything else, you get so attached. It's unhealthy, maybe, the amount of attachment you have to this one thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then you don't know how to fall back on yourself because all you know is that.
Yeah.
You don't have something to fall back on yourself and like play guitar instead or try doing Sudokus. I don't know, like whatever it is. I think, diversifying the areas that you have, that you get happiness or fulfillment from is probably a good thing.
Will like fulfill you in terms of making you happy, but not fulfilled as in like end goal, like just as in like that becomes something that you want to do because it makes seeing other people happy makes you happy, not that like it's fun. Like happiness doesn't always mean fun, you know. You can be happy when you're sad, you can be happy when you're crying.
That's true.
And so I feel like happiness isn't a goal, it's just a feeling. Like it comes and goes.
I don't know, I've just been thinking about that more, like how much do I even want to be like happy? Like I want to be happy, but more than that, I want to learn and I want to help people and I want to be good to others and I want to be good to myself. And if that leads me to feelings of happiness, like great. But to have happiness as your goal instead of these things, I wonder if that's even helpful. Because that's so abstract. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Right. And I think, like, it's kind of crazy to think that one thing can make you happy forever in terms of, like, your soul happiness. Like, maybe, I mean, that's kind of, I don't really know about that because I feel like there are things that can always make you happy, but in terms of always wanting to learn and grow, and, like, if the one thing that does make you happy, like, say it's a person, maybe the reason why they always make you happy is because they are also, or they help you learn, they help you grow. So there is always this change. Like the definition of happiness is changing.
Yeah.
But it can still be like, you know, a solid thing that carries you through that. But maybe it's not. Maybe there isn't that, and it is always changing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think like regardless of like the solid thing or person, maybe is relevant. Like maybe that like is what helps you achieve it. But I don't know. You know, it changes with the thing.
Yeah.
Book 3. Sydney.
Well, I've written here.
The black hole of my heart.
We are doomed.
I feel like you haven't gone deep with me.
Take 2.
Alex was right. I wasn't getting deep. So I'm about to get deep. One sec.
Chapter 1. Who, what, where, when, why, how.
So these are all from this past year. Anyway, okay. Who, my soul. What, the will to live. Where, the lowest point on earth. When, every second of every day. Why, I wish I knew. How, manual breathing, everyone. We like the drama.
Chapter 2. Who am I?
I'm scared that not having sad thoughts will leave me ignorant. I fear I will lose my connection to deeper meaning, the ability to sympathize with others, the door to creative questioning. Who am I if not sad? Boo.
Chapter 3. Cursive writing that's just sad.
My body craves the sadness. Today was a beautiful day, and I feel like the only thing that could make it better would be an overwhelming sensation, an intense urge to cry in a dark room. An intense urge to cry in a dark room. So even when I'm happy, I'm sad, because I'm not sad. There's no winning in this life. I tend to always blame it on something and say, when blank happens, I'll be happy. At that point, I am just wishing my life away, because I know there will never be a time where I'm not craving something more, even when I have it all. Wait. When I'm not craving something more, even when I have it all. It is such a terrible feeling that completes me, an endless spiral of doom. Everything seems so useless, but madly important.
Chapter 4. The pain of love.
The hardest pain to rid of is the pain you understand, the pain that completes you, the pain you love. The hardest love to give is the love you know, the love you have, and the love you love.
Chapter 5.
To be or not to be. Productive procrastination of mindful mindlessness. To think of things to not think about the things you are thinking. A never-ending cycle that can only be broken by pure oblivion. Let us do things we enjoy to find our true most inner joys and not be afraid of who we truly are and the discovery process that brings us there. Let us express, let us be found, let us be me and let us be you. Let me, let you, let me, let you. Let me be to let us be. Whatever we are, let be. Let me communicate with only my thoughts. Let me draw what I feel and think my words in a silent expression. Let me exercise my brain to think and express without the deteriorating effects of non-controlled variables. Let me feel relief by my own conditions, but of course, let me be a capturer of all thoughts and things. Let me not be questioned, but let me always be wrong. For who am I asking for permission to be? Who is letting and who is restraining? Why, that can only be me. Chapter 6.
Nothing with no answers.
How do we live in peace when we know too much? How do we apply lessons we've learned without overthinking? How do we make decisions knowing there is no right answer? And why do we bind each other to these decisions? Is it because we truly believe there's a right answer to everything? What about the decisions of our own opinions? Is someone always going to tell me I'm wrong? I'm nothing with no answers. How do I find the courage to be wrong? How do I apply my knowledge without being ignorant? How can I be me if you're always telling me who I am?
Chapter 7. Slowly but surely.
I change my hair so often because I don't like what I see. Or because I can pretend to be me. Always growing, always changing, never satisfied, never fitting. Life is in full-blown motion right now. Feels like I've been pushing on a door for so long. And now that it's finally opened on its own terms, I realize I didn't even know why I was trying to open it. I was pushing with ignorance instead of preparing in peace. So what do I do now that I have no protection from what's beyond the door? Maybe I'll travel in a little moderation.
Chapter 8. Captivity.
Life feels so new. I feel so good and excited about everything. I feel like I'm learning to love myself, learning how to comfort and support myself too. But because I'm living in a new world now, I've recognized my wrong habits and all my mistakes. Although I'm eternally grateful for this, I am now overwhelmed with immense shame. But this is just another test of my new strength. It just feels like every hard thing I've ever neglected or questioned are presenting themselves all at the same time. I'm so confused, but also the most at peace I've ever been. I understand why I was so sad for so long. Because healing hurts worse, like I knew it would. But from the small steps I've started to take, I've learned that I'm ready, it is worth it, and it is so beautiful. Over.